AndroidX's strategic expansion. The February 2025 release signals a multi-platform consolidation, moving beyond mobile to define Google's unified developer ecosystem. This comprehensive update, headlined by Jetpack Compose 1.11 and Material 3.1.5 in alpha, represents a calculated escalation in Google's platform strategy.
The release is not merely a routine iteration, but a coordinated push across Wear OS, AndroidX's, and camera domains, indicating a deliberate effort to standardize UI development paradigms across an increasingly fragmented device portfolio. The inclusion of Navigation 3 and a dedicated XR runtime underscores a pivot towards more complex, spatially aware applications, while updates to foundational libraries like AndroidX's
Room and Android security reinforce core infrastructure.
This breadth of simultaneous alpha and stable channel releases creates a powerful forcing function for developers to adopt a holistic, cross-platform mindset.
The evolution from support library to ecosystem engine. AndroidX has transitioned from a compatibility layer into the central nervous system for all Android-adjacent platforms. Initially conceived as the Android support library, the Android's namespace has systematically absorbed and superseded Google's proprietary APIs, becoming the mandatory foundation for modern Android development.
Its expansion into wearables. AndroidX's Wear, automotive AndroidX's
Car app and health Androids.
Health Connect demonstrates a strategic envelopment of adjacent hardware categories under a single software umbrella.
The technical significance of this update lies in the convergence of Compose as the declarative UI framework across these form factors, reducing the cognitive and code maintenance burden for teams targeting multiple device types. This architectural unification is critical for Google's competitiveness against similarly consolidated ecosystems from Apple and, increasingly, Huawei.
Compose as the unifying declarative standard. The alpha releases of Compose 1.11 and Material 3.1.5 are the linchpins for a coherent, multi-platform design language. Jetpack Compose's advancement is the central technical narrative, with version 1.11 alpha focusing on performance optimizations, enhanced tooling support, and deeper integration with other AndroidX libraries like Navigation 3.
The parallel Material 3.1.5 alpha release is strategically vital, as it extends Google's latest design system with its dynamic color and typographic scales to the burgeoning Wear OS and XR platforms. This creates a singular design source for applications spanning phones, watches, tablets, and headsets.
Furthermore, the update to AndroidX's camera and the explicit mention of an XR runtime within the AndroidX namespace indicate that these previously siloed hardware-intensive APIs are being brought into the fold, subject to the same lifecycle management and compatibility guarantees as core UI components.
A verdict of forced convergence. Developers are now compelled to adopt a unified, compose-first strategy or risk fragmentation across Google's expanding platform matrix. The strategic verdict is clear. Google is using the AndroidX release channel as a mechanism to enforce architectural conformity.
The simultaneous release of alphas across mobile, Wear, and XR toolkits is a deliberate market signal, reducing the feasibility of maintaining separate, platform-specific UI codepieces. The primary risk for the ecosystem is the accelerated deprecation cycle for legacy view-based systems, potentially creating skill gaps and migration burdens.
However, the opportunity is a more streamlined development process for next-generation context-aware applications. The next strategic steps involve monitoring the stabilization timeline of these alpha features and assessing the readiness of cross-platform Compose for Kotlin multi-platform targets, which would extend this unification beyond Android's direct control.